No.
This is old one.
Yes, sir.
No,
You
no,
can,
this is
can
this
you
is
see the?
yesterday. This is yesterday's program, no?
yesterday's one.
Oh, sorry.
Kirtana has sent one.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry for the mistake. Smart love, right? A minute, sir.
We have very less participants today. Only 14.
Saturday holiday.
I should
No,
move
people
my
will
to
come.
some other day.
They didn't see the topic, that's why. After seeing the topic,
Don't
Valentine's
reveal the topic now.
Valentine's special topic, they will join.
Don't reveal the topic.
Yes.
So happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to everyone.
Right?
Arey, you reveal the topic.
Right,
Yes.
sir?
Yes. I thought I should ask people like what's the special day today, but then it's open and out now. Yes, this is the slide, yeah, correct. Okay, so we'll start.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so welcome now. Thank you, thanks. So we welcome you today's morning session, and you already told what's the special day today. So yes, happy Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
Yes,
Oh,
happy Valentine's.
Ayappan sir is smiling. Something
All are
remembering.
smiling.
Collecting.
Yes, morning itself I told my wife, otherwise she will be shouting. So I
Yes,
said,
Hello.
for physical exercise, Ayappan sir was not there. When the session started, Ayappan sir came on video.
So the
Yes,
topic
it's
is very interesting, guys.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
Where's your buddy, Kamalji?
I don't know. I message her also, but then
Here.
Bhatia sir,
Coming
good
up.
morning. Happy Valentine's Day, Bhatia sir.
I'm the buddy for everybody.
Good morning, Bhatia sir.
good morning,
Good morning.
and happy Valentine's Day.
Same
happy
to
Valentine's
you.
Day.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah. V for Veerappan Day. Yeah.
Okay, let's start. We have a less time. So yes. So today is Valentine's Day, day which we consider for love, the purest emotions we ever have. Correct. So now we can see the smile, we can see the blushings also. And so now today in this topic we are going to explore the emotional intelligence, help us love smarter. So not in just romantic relationship, but across all the relationships, and how various generation has gone through these love emotions. Okay, so now let's start. What does love smarter means? So in emotional intelligence, the phrase love smarter means using your emotional awareness, your self control, your empathy to express love and handle relationship. So what does smarter means? Any guess? Smarter?
Expressing.
Huh?
Expressing.
Expressing. Smarter means expressing. Okay.
Expressing. Love smarter means we have to express the
You're very
love.
smart.
Not to suppress.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It is like
Listen, you're very smart.
smarter, smartest. That is the second degree. Second degree of smartness.
Yes. So smarter means
Who started?
who knows all pros and
love?
cons. So smarter means who knows all pros and cons. Who
Kamalji,
little bit
it can be
judge.
read as. So Kamalji, it can be read as who starts the love, that is smarter. Or who
That's
is smart
another.
in the world. Yeah, that's us.
Yes.
So it is smart, smarter, and
Smartest.
smartest. Yeah,
Yes.
like
So that's the thing. So love smartest.
that.
Smarter means that who knows everything, who knows, who judges, who see loss and profit or benefits or loss or the pros and cons. So that is smarter. So when we say love
Yeah,
smarter means, so love smarter means that respond in love more consciously and not impulsively. No, who sees love is a skill, not a feeling, and who navigate through clarity and respect. Okay, so who navigate with full awareness what is on what how to express it. So from last three sessions, now we have fully understand the emotional intelligence is all about to recognize and understand emotions in oneself or others, and use this awareness for a better thinking, for a better behavior, and social interaction. Okay. Yes. Let's move to the next slide, Pam. Sorry for the slide. It's a little bit faded, but okay. So these uh, these are the various generations we have. So right now we all are here of different generation right now. So from there I can see baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, any Gen Z. We do not have any Gen Zs. Morgations, that is our Gen Zs. Alphas
Gen
are you also.
and
Gen
Gen
Z.
Alpha.
Yes, you're the youngest one. That's why I'm calling you the Gen Z of our group. Okay, so do you remember your era in your time, how love is considered at that time? And, 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 and you have seen all the total 360 shift in the feeling of love. So every generation changes. The previous generation, 1,000 years ago, they fought wars. And again, we have evolved through different challenges, through strength. And now generation and generation we involve and now come to this. But with respect to love and emotions, do you remember how the era in your time, the love is considered? Any guess? Like, which generation we have most? Baby boomers or Gen X right now?
I think we have Gen X more now. Baby boomers are, I think, born between 1960 and 1970, if I'm not wrong.
Baby boomers are between 1946 to 1964.
1946 to 64. Okay, so it's
Yes.
basically after the Second World War, and yeah, 1964
Yes.
was the year I was born. So I'm on a cusp. I'm between Gen X and baby boomers.
So yes, for the baby boomers, like between 46 to 64, they are very committed to their love. Actually,
Hmm,
they are not
hmm.
heartless. They are very well expected because, as you said, they come from the survival mode. They have seen the wars, drought, some social challenges. During that time. So how they felt love is, love was closely tied to stability. Lifelong commitment was there. Okay, and the emotional expression was limited and restrained on. So their motive is staying together. Like staying together is more matter than the small emotional satisfaction. Correct. Then we have this Gen X, born between 1965 to 1980s. You know, who have a control emotions and they have independence. They have the individual. Uh, they have the control emotions. In love and during their upbringing and cultural background also, and they have raised to a value system. Express their emotions openly, and hence they have a tendency to suppress feeling also sometimes. Gen X, any views on this? Like how the love is seen in your era?
I think 1946 to 64 was a period when people had challenges, just to earn their livelihood.
Mm.
There are because of the war and other this thing. Even in the Indian context, yeah, India got independence in 1947 after more than 200 years of suppression. And it was in during this period that India started again rising back, and more to do with one is on the relationship front, but I know it was more to do with taking care of the family needs and sticking to one job and not to explore too much, which as compared to Gen X, when there was a stable income, then only all the other things come up. So the Gen Z that way were benefited from the commitment of the baby boomers. So then they experienced the independence which was not there with the baby boomers.
Yes, correct. So because they have come from the different social bank challenges, so they have their where the emotion expressions is unnecessary and even undesirable also. They don't see that much more. Okay, next we have millennials. Millennials was born between 1981 to 1996. I hope we have few people over there. Now, millennials are bringing, when they are born during that time, the world is going through rapid technology, the advancement, or no diverse cultural influences, media has arrived, so many changes, innovations, automation has started. So, uh, for the millennials, they have the emotional connection plus they have the growth also, and how they felt love is emotional bonding, sort of deep emotional bonding. Believe that love could be worked or it can be improved. You know, romanticism has been involved during that time. Which is more better than the boomers. They're open to discuss their feelings, and mental health awareness emerged very strongly during that time. People started to know about the mental health also, and they are willing to work on the conflict resolution also. So these are the some benefits we have during the millennial time. And now we have the Gen Z. So today, unfortunately, we do not have any Gen Z right now in this conversation, sir. So what do you think? Are Gen Z are a strong in emotional intelligence or weak in it?
I, I think millennial. Yeah, my daughter is a millennial, 94 born, 90. So I can see the difference in our approach to life itself. So I'm almost, 30 years elder to her. So I can see the difference, the way she approaches challenges in life. But what I see uh, in her as a millennial is basically, uh, no doubt she takes decisions by herself. But when it comes to life challenges, her uh, approach, or even she gets back to me asking for support, in the sense, not the kind of moral support and this thing. She expresses herself, which probably I would not have done with my father.
Correct,
When I
correct.
So they are more expressive,
Yes,
they
sir.
they communicate better. And thanks to this thing, the millennial, they got the benefit. Although the internet era, or the digital era, started in the 1990, early 1990s.
Mhm.
The the fact of the matter is that is one major this thing that is influencing everything, even the
Yes,
relationships now, the
correct.
emotional and this thing. So they are definitely expressive, but they are not also afraid of exploring. They want to try new things. You know, uh, when I get comfortable with certain things, the way I dress, the way I know what I eat, and other things. But my daughter wants to explore things. She wants to try new things, and this is the difference I see in her. I think the Gen Z is even further influenced by the social media and other things. But when it comes to emotional thing, I think they uh, they are more vulnerable, if I can put it that way, Kamal. Yeah.
Yes, they are more vulnerable. So I think, Tulsi ma'am, you go to various schools, you interact with the children nowadays. So what do you observe with the children now? What do you think? They are emotionally weak or strong?
Asking me?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
We every day see your photographs, you going to
Yeah.
schools.
Compared to this old and new, they are very free in expressing their emotions.
Correct.
They don't fear anybody. They hold their hands, going, talking together, sitting together. That I experienced through 2 3 years back, when son asked me to reach his college immediately one day, 11 o'clock morning. I got afraid. What happened? He is calling me. He told me, "Mama, I am coming to you to pick you up to the college." I asked, "What? Why?" He said, "That I will say later." Then he came here, and on the way he talked to me. One of the boy got accident, and he died previous day. Not previous day, early morning. Sorry, previous day morning. Then what happened, whole class got emotional. They are not ready to enter the class. Even the HOD, principal, all teachers tried to make them console, but they didn't. Then he wanted my help. When I reached there, principal told, "Ma'am, please make our children cool and relax. They are very emotional. They are not coming inside the class, sitting because they are recollecting the memories of that
Hmm.
boy,
Right.
remembering, so they can't sit inside the class." Then when I entered the class, and children were so crying. But two girls, one girl, they are in the botany lab. HOD wanted me to go to the botany lab. She told her, one girl so attached to that boy, so please console her. I just sit with her. I didn't talk anything. I just touched her body, shoulder. Then she hugged me and started crying. Didn't tell anything. I understood her feelings, emotions. Then slowly she started speaking. But her parents, nobody knows about this relation and all. But not only that girl, whole class were crying. Students were crying. So that much attachment with that boy. That boy was so smart, studious, hardworking. He was working part time as a boy in the petrol pump. Not only that, early morning he is going to the fish market, unloading the this and reaching the market. Very hard work. So that from that moment onwards, I understood it. More than us, the children today are very emotional. They know the value of love, relationship, everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, person. You say something.
Your question is Gen Alpha still forming. What will be their emotional status? Is that question correct?
Correct. That's the question.
So Gen Alpha basically 2014 and onwards, correct?
Hmm. Gen Z or
And
Gen Alpha both, like you can.
Gen X and Gen G
Gen
and
Z
then
and Gen Alpha.
yeah. So what basically everything comes from the number one is from the genes, and second one is from the surroundings. Prasad sir, you can go on mute.
Yeah.
And for me, it considers whether they are. No, I'm still grappling with the emotions. So it can be a shock, and it can be a weak, both. They are not able to even get that emotion itself is an emotion. So they are in the dilemma. No, if we, that's what I'm seeing. Whether they are in emotional shock. No, in my view, it may be wrong also, but then
Correct.
so that's how okay, go ahead.
No, but most of the time, like most of the people think that no, the today's Gen Zs are very is not very is weak in the emotional intelligence, and they have their various reason also. No, they said about the wrong parenting, as you said, that their parents are the millennials or Gen X, or the overload of information we have. And today's generation is born or have grown with lot of pressure also, especially
Exactly.
around pressure to perform or pressure to be perfect one, pressure to do well,
Exactly.
even pressure to please their parent also, and live to their expectations. So absolutely no control, sometimes no discipline, no rules, no regulations, no expectation.
Yeah.
So all these things are sometimes about that things have made our children more, you know, or we see lack of emotional resilience in them. They are not
Yeah.
learning. They are not learning how to fall and how to fail and how to stood again.
Yeah.
And
One point I would like to add, Kamalji.
mm,
During the baby boomers and probably even Gen Z to some extent,
mm,
the family system was, joint family system,
back
and
on the
there were people to take care of, especially grandparents and say other members of the family to cater to the needs. It was not just the parents alone.
mm,
As we progress towards Gen X and millennials, it became nuclear families, and more so, both the parents started working with the cost of living and with the intention of giving a better life to the children.
better. Mm-hmm.
So the bonding and the emotion, the emotional support that kids were getting earlier was not there.
Mm-hmm.
And that I think has played a very important role in the emotional stability of the kids starting from millennials, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha. And yeah, even some the grandparents' commitment to their grandchildren is will definitely be much higher than the parents because of their commitments, professional commitments. And this is probably one of the reasons why there is a feeling that they are not looked after properly amongst the millennials, Gen Z, and beyond. And this definitely, we cannot blame the parents. Their intentions are good, but unfortunately, the impact is not what it is meant to be. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Professor. Thanks. So for the Gen Z and for the Alpha both, we have this that they are very emotional safe. They're smarter. They're highly aware of uh, their emotions and very protective about it. And for Gen Alpha, now the emotional intelligence and come up, so they're aware of the emotional illiteracy also, and still the emotional styles are forming. There are various emotional styles for the for the Gen Alpha, and the other the other contributing factor is their digital influence. The internet world is open to them. So many dating apps or Instagram, Snapchat, or social media, and now AI now. Uh, I was amazed to learn somewhere, reading somewhere. So there is an app which called Replica, in which they have the digital companionship. You can search your partner, what kind of color, eye, hair, height you want, and you can chat with them artificially or virtualization through virtualization. So yes, so the Gen Zs I know is always highly aware of their emotions and very protective in love also, because their mental health, they have the mental health awareness and a very strong emphasis on their own individuality, personality. You know, as Tochiman said, their communication, they're very clear in their communication, very honest, very respectful communication. They know their boundaries, their emotional survey, their emotional safety. So this is the new uh, things which is involved in the changes. Okay, next slide, ma'am. Okay, we have
But
time.
Bhatia sir has raised his hand, Kamalji.
Oh yes, I didn't notice. I can't see. What is up?
Yeah. What I want
Yeah.
to say, very well it is brought out. If we talk about, if I'm understanding correctly, the last one, the Gen Alpha is the present generation, then the question is very clear. Challenges have become more. And when
Yeah.
there are challenges in the life in any different forms, naturally you need a help or support or sympathy. And that can come only from the, if you are emotionally so-called attached or you have a love as a base for this emotional, then only the serving the help and other thing come. Because now the people, we have definitely become more outwardly rather than inward, whether it is attachment to the family or friend circle, or that where the real true help can support can come, and other thing we are not that much attached and we are searching outside, because that is more, things are becoming more and more materialistic. So the consoling over here has to be that only, that how really we become emotionally, that too with the spiritualized portion of that, which can bring you this concept of serving others, serving, helping others, having the sympathy and other the need has for that erosion, and that has given in the society the different challenges and the problems. So the solution lies back that we have to get back to our roots, that is awareness among us, as for whether it is a family, whether it is a society, whether it's a nation, that way. But as a family like that, and that can only happen through the emotional intelligence awakening, that to the spiritualized emotions, because emotion can lead to wrong, and emotion can lead to the right also. So the choice has to be there in between. So what we really want to achieve, based upon that, we have to so-called, our emotions, whatever arises, then there's a certain amount of processing required on that. You can think about thought processing, or you can think of the emotional processing and other thing, and choose the right one and try to build on that. That's what is the need of our.
Yeah. Agree. That is okay. Keeping the time, I'm just run through this PPT, these things. So the core context, the content you have understand. So there are certain challenges of, in our Gen Z loves. They are emotionally overloaded. You know, uh, like so many emotions comes. It's and if you just just not the one. Emotional what happens when your emotional capacity is exceeded for a prolonged period. It's just not a 1 day or a 2 days on a stressful. It's about carrying too many feelings, worry, sadness, frustration, and guilt. With enough time, so they are overloaded. The emotion overloaded. Constant emotional analysis, their overthinking pattern. Fear of uh, discomfort. Feeling of left out. Uh, in the real friendships. So there are certain challenges. Shorter tolerance they have. You know? Uh, so conflict triggers. Uh, so when the conflict trigger instead of exit, you know, they try to repair it. If it is feeling hard, they think, oh, it must be wrong. And then situationship culture. I know you are aware of the situationship culture. It's a new term. Any idea on this?
What is the question?
So nowadays there is a culture which is going on, which is called a situationship culture.
Situational culture.
Situationship
Yeah,
culture.
it is definitely it is impulsive in nature.
Sit,
Yes.
It is impulsive in nature.
that means according to the situations, they are becoming friends like that.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
So situation.
Not
it is
a
going to be
temporary only. It is
No,
temporary.
no,
no,
temporary.
it's
It's a
not
temporary. Yeah.
temporary. It's not
No, it's
precisely temporary. It is impulsive in the nature. Sudden there will be certain peak in that when it dies also slowly. It will have a long effect but it dies out. It is impulsive in nature. In a given situation
uh,
that you have certain emotions which may be positive or negative, whatever way it is, and you take action and then slowly that will also retain for a very long time. That's why
no,
it is impulsive.
situationship.
Yeah,
Situationship
It is
is a
created
process,
by
but
the
at the
situation.
same time, situationship is a kind of romantic relationship that is not formally defined or any commitment in it.
yeah,
No.
people have this stay in relationship. They do not want to get married. They do not want to have children. Even there is this concept of DINK, double income, no kids. They
Yeah.
prefer to have pets, dogs and cats rather than children. They do not want to take responsibility. I think this is
Yes.
what situationship
Correct. Yeah.
means. Yeah.
So it it's kind of middle ground between casual dating and commitment relationship. It has a lack of obligations, no clear boundaries. So and this kind of relationship has a very lack of uh, depth and consistency. No, so they're living according to situations only. And then they have this fear of labels also. No formal label to their partner. They don't want to be dedicated partner, husband, wife. You know, So yes, so this is and other thing about Gen Z is Gen Z suffer from most of the time is the FOMO, fear of better options. We suffer from FOMO, but they suffer from FOMO, fear of better options. So they think that the better option is always available, so not to be committed in one thing. Okay, next slide, ma'am. Yeah. So for the Gen Zs, I know how they highly emotional awareness. So now we all talk about, what are the high emotion awareness. So Gen Zs are openly talk about their anxiety, their attachment style. Attachment style, when we say it's about situationship, and now the new words also, coming up, breadcrumbing and benzo, their trauma, their emotional triggers. So they openly speak about about their emotion awareness. They have a strong boundaries. You know? They know about they identify the red flag very early. So when we say about the red flag in relationship, by behavior, they are more aware about the red flag signs, the controlling behavior, or any kind of manipulation, emotional manipulation, or any kind of inconsistent communication. So this awareness allows them to set boundaries and step away from the situation without feeling guilty. And that and they think that love must add peace to them, not create any kind of chaos or any kind of confusion in them. As you said, they are very authentic about their communications. You know, they prefer less suffer in silence, less pretending, and more direct emotional language they have. Uh, yeah, authentic voice. As I said, they value about the communication, making more clear, honest, respectful communication they have. So Gen Z is less interested in surface level romance and more in finding someone who can make them feel safe or to be there in their true self, you know, accept with their flaws, fears, and all. And yes, they prioritize their emotional validation. And as Hasa, they are very vulnerable and, and they take care of their mental health. More on that. Okay, next slide, ma'am. Yes, so the final slide says the Gen Z is not afraid of love. I'm not covering all the upper part, but Gen Z is not afraid of love. They are afraid of losing themselves in it. So they're very protective. They are very smart in that. So emotional intelligence has not killed romance, but it has raised some kind of entry criteria in it. You know, to love smart is to feel deeply without losing yourself. So that's with that I'm going to end this. That smart love is not about finding the perfect person, but it's about becoming emotionally aware in every relationship. Okay. With this, I'm going to end this session. So let's celebrate today's day with love and more understanding. Any questions and views and
Yeah,
What
on
about
thank
this?
what about Gen Alpha?
Gen Alpha is still like things are
too
coming up,
young.
but they're still
They are
yeah
too
they're
too
still
young there.
evolving.
They are too young.
Daily new things are coming up from the Gen Alpha. Even the the language has been become changed. They speak the word which is very different.
I mean, in terms of maturity, earlier we used to say there's a generation gap. It used to be 10 years, it came down. Now, between Gen Alpha and Gen Z and Gen Alpha, probably the generation gap is a year or two. You can see marked differences in their attitude, in the way they perceive the world, the way they communicate, the way they emotionally express themselves. And this, you know, the social media, as you mentioned, Kamalji, no doubt it's brought in, empowered everyone. The negative impact is because it definitely, because of the dopamine effect it has, and instant gratification. And the thing is that comparison, whatever social media posts they have amongst friends and relatives,
Constant
it is
comparison.
basically, the it's probably the human need to show off to what they have. Whether it is really true or not, it is a question mark. But people have the tendency to express themselves and post photographs and videos on the social media without any mean, for the looks like it is for their own satisfaction, but it is creating huge impact on people who see those posts, and that comparison begins, and that is another
Yes,
factor
that's
which has a negative impact. And many, probably you must have read about those three girls who committed suicide.
yeah. So
you
reading
know
game. Yeah.
yeah, they were into this K-pop thing, but what exactly drove them to that ultimate decision, God only knows. So these are negative influences that are there, and parents are not even aware, or they were not even aware that those three kids were heavily into this K-pop thing. And but still the question is, like we have these celebrities like Deepika Padukone, who's become a brand ambassador for the government of India to about stress and all this emotional this thing. And the more publicity this emotional thing is getting, I think uh, probably it is one way it is good, but the fact of the matter is, everyone's experience is so unique that we cannot generalize it. So it's not that one this thing can solve every individual's every no every Gen Z or Gen Alpha issue. Gen Alpha may not be even in that state, but at least Gen Z are really facing a lot of issues. On one side, the parental attention is not as they expect it to be. On the other side, there is peer pressure. The third is social media influence. So they are confused a lot. They, you know, they keep changing their, goals very often. Very easily, they get swayed by what they see, or very easily influential. I mean, they can be influenced very easily. So this is what seems to be happening, Kamalji. Yeah.
Yes. And one more fear is about, which the people are making is about in a few years' time, the marriage institution or the marriage market may collapse. So it's a
Yeah.
fear.
Yeah. Today, I think many countries, especially Japan, is having this thing. The ratio between old people and young people is so low. It's people, they don't want to get married, and they don't even want to have kids, and so this is happening in many countries also. So the future, I don't know. As you said, no commitments. They just want to enjoy life. That enjoyment also is, keeps changing very often. What enjoyment
Short
means to them. It's
enjoyment.
all instant. Yeah, instant gratification is what looks like.
Certainly.
Impulsive
Yes, ma'am.
decisions.
Ma'am, go to the first slide, ma'am. Anu
And
wanted.
yeah, and yeah, the thing is,
Second,
uh,
second.
emotional quotient is
Next.
more important than IQ. That is something which uh, is very evident. I think most of us have understood.
Next one, ma'am.
How
Next slide.
how the Gen Z responds. Most of the time, it's reaction and not response to the external influence. So it will definitely be, and now with the advent of AI, probably Kamalji can highlight more. So what is the influence AI can have on all of us, and especially the Gen Z and in future Gen Alpha?
No, we have seen the AI, as I said about the app, this prediction, this replica app, which is AI virtualization. So instead of going to the real person, they create their own features, their own. They want a girlfriend. What kind of girlfriend they want? The height, the hairstyle, the color, the eye color. They can
Mm-hmm.
create their own virtualization image of the girl, and they speak to them.
Mm-hmm.
They are somewhere with them. They interact like a human only.
Yeah. So people
So this
believe in the virtual world than the real world. And even in the same house, people communicate over the phone, sitting in different rooms. And this is, whether to say it's advancement of technology or it is a setback for the relationship and emotional impact of it.
Yes. Any other views? We have a lot of participants. Eva ma'am, you are silent nowadays. Would love to hear your views.
Thank you, Kamalji, for calling me on.
Why are you
Hmm.
silent? This is an interesting topic.
No, I was right. So, no, this discussion is really going good, and I'm just listening to everybody's views. In fact, you forgot one more important aspect is Gen Beta is also ready now.
Who is that?
Yes. So, the latest
since
children who
since
are
we are going
born,
to see every generation.
yeah. So this generation who's getting birth in this year from on, they'll be called as Gen Beta.
So excuse me, Hema ma'am, my granddaughter will be Gen Beta.
Yes, she's Gen Beta. Alpha is over. Right. So that's the latest. But however, whatever
So
everybody was
let us
expressing,
get a feeling of Gen Beta also from the TCC's house.
yes, yes. And the latest one is Tulsi ma'am has entered the
Yes.
Gen Beta family.
Yeah.
So,
We all are lucky, ma'am. We can see everything. From our
Yeah.
we,
generation to
best
Yeah, we have
this,
seen the
generation of
transformation.
we are
all,
lucky people.
and we are the worst generation of all also, because
Yes,
in every
We
generation
are
we had
working over
lots of
generations.
losses.
Yes.
yes, yes.
See,
Hmm.
while
One by
we
one.
were
One by one.
growing, yeah, yeah, Kamalji.
Yes. Continue, ma'am.
So I said, uh, at least Prasad sir had lot of things, whether it is a family system, marriage system, or grandparental care system. There was some concreteness. There were some rules, regulations, ethics, values were strictly followed. But when it came to our generation, right, 50 years back, that is 5 decades ago,
Mhm.
children who were born between 70s and 80s, the
Mhm.
parents itself were fragile. The parents itself were unstable of how, what system they should really take in, because they were just getting into the modernization.
Yeah, that's the
And when
tech.
the systems started shaking up, because they couldn't go out and work, but they didn't wanted to sit at home. They were
Mhm.
not very financially sound, yet they wanted to have a rich life. So
Mhm.
all those disturbances happened.
Mhm.
So they lost a lot of, I mean, a little of ethics, values, systems, or institutions of marriage, or all those things. And when it came to us,
Mhm.
we tasted a little modernization and we became quite Western.
Mhm.
We
Correct.
started adapting to be Western parents most of the time, who were that time got married and settling. And
Mhm.
we left a lots and lots. We in fact, I always tell in my classes also, we generation were the worst generation of all, because we never understood the balance between our own systems, our own values, our own culture, our own tradition, and we simply and blindly started adapting the westernization. We felt our change in dressing style would change our mental style, which was not there. We felt, being modern, sitting with our children, having a lovely dinner, lovely lunches, or, having an open discussion with them will make us modern parents, which really haphazard. The whole thing was haphazard, because our children started taking us for granted. So all these things really spoiled a lot from us. And later, when we started growing, we understood, oh, what we did last, and we wanted to hold them. By the time Gen Z and Gen Alpha has already entered the market, and Gen Beta is going to take over all. But having said that, one latest thing that I'm really appreciating with Gen Z is, as you
Mhm.
have already expressed, everybody, like, uh, they are uh, they are very much self-obsessed, self-learning. There is a lot of self happening with them.
Mhm. Mhm.
Having said that, one best thing that Gen Z is also doing is, however, virtually they are collaborating with each other, yet their collaboration is very strong nowadays.
Mhm.
They have understood that if they are virtually connected, they are also physically and mentally much better connected, because they have something called as a 5 a.m. friend, 2 a.m. friends, sorry, not 5 a.m., 2 a.m. friends, you know, and
Mhm.
there were all this loss definitely is huge on our generation rather than Gen Z. their connectivity, their helping nature, their kind of physical, moral, spiritual, mental, emotional support with each other is very key strong, I tell you.
Yeah,
I
you are very
witnessed
correct,
that in the
Hema ma'am.
pandemic time. Hmm.
Hema ma'am, if something happening in one of the friends' family, all friends are there. They
All friends are
support
there.
their whole family also, not the friend also. Nothing.
Exactly,
But
ma'am.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
you see, we don't have this kind of a friendship even today.
Yes, yes.
So we never had we never knew how to really stand with our friends. We never knew how to stand with our parents. We never knew how to stand with our own relatives and other um, in-laws, families, people also. So we were the generation who were discarded in many ways. We were put into boxes. You're a daughter-in-law, you're in this box only. You can't just gel with our family. But today, the latest Gen Z's mother-in-laws or the children, we have, after all this, now we have become so acceptable for every situation with our children. Yet, I think today's generation, Gen Z, of course, Gen Alpha is, as you all know, is yet to really grow. But Gen Z has understood the loss of the values in many a way, thanks to the social media. Of course, social media has its own both negative and positive aspect. But the positive part is the children have become quite reasonable, quite questionable, understanding the gaps, understanding the values, and they just want to get it back in their own way. Of course, they may not just go in the very traditional and orthodox manner, but I think in their own fashion they are trying to get back to that systems, because they understood peace of mind is more important than either you are materialistic or non-materialistic, you are rich, poor, or anything. They understand that values are quite important.
Oh, correct.
So this is my opinion. I'm sorry, I may vary
Well,
with
no,
many people.
no, very nice, very nice. Very well
Yeah,
explained, well
yeah,
analyzed. And because you
yeah.
belong to education industries also, you are again going to various colleges and interacting with students and teachers, so you know better now how the things are
No,
going.
no, not
Thank you,
better,
Hemant.
but
Yeah, what's the actual
there is a
situation
mix.
here?
There is a lot of mix now. The Gen Z is
Mm,
also a lot of confused. Gen Z is also running towards a lot of things. Gen Z is really working hard in their own directions. But I think probably by Gen Alpha and Gen Beta, they'll fix up some losses that we made it in our generation.
that's something to learn, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot. There is
Yeah,
a lot.
lot. Yeah,
Gen Z is
thank
really vibrant. I always appreciate their efforts, their thought processes, their speed. Look at the speed they have.
you.
They don't want
Great,
to
great.
think much, but they want to execute much.
Yes.
So that's a magnanimity of this generation.
Thank you, Hemant. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, over to you, Prasad sir, or anyone else. Yeah, Tulsiman, you can stop sharing the screen.
Yeah, thank you, Kamalji. Thank you for a very inspirational thing, and taking today's this thing so-called Valentine's Day is nothing to do with what the commercial version that we are exposed to. Valentine was a priest, and the context has been abused by the modern this thing media and
Marketing. Actually, the
companies. Yeah,
marketing.
yeah, it has become a marketing tool, and to induce people to buy certain things that they do not want. There was red rose and chocolates and all those things. It's become uh, a marketing gimmick, if I can put it that way. Yeah,
Sir,
but
it's good to get teddies and roses and chocolates,
yeah,
don't
yeah,
get
that
that.
is there. I'm not
So happy
saying that.
Valentine's Day to everybody.
No, there's nothing bad about it. The only thing is we have become guinea pigs of these, marketing tools, and the real context is totally gone, and we are subjected to all these kind of experiments, if I can put it way, social experiments. and that's about it. There's some definitely positive sides to it. Yeah, thank you, Kamalji. Thank you for
Thank you.
very
Thanks a lot. Thanks all.
very thought-provoking presentation. And yeah, let us. Yeah, I'm proposing a meeting tonight at 9:30. Let's take stock of where we are today. Since our Thiruvananthapuram meetup, and what progress we have made, and what more we need to do to get more people, and also give a better experience for people. I'm seeing people are joining, but they are not consistent, and certain things we need to brainstorm and see what can be done. So this is so please join. All of you. I request to
Today
join
9 p.m. Na?
today 9:30 p.m. Same. You can join on the same Zoom, and let us brainstorm and take decide what actions we need to take further. And thanks to Pandyarajan, he's been a pillar of support to all of us. Thank you, Pandya. Thank you for.
Thank you, Pandya.
And he has many ideas, so let's hear, listen to him. Let's listen to him how we can bring
We
in
can stop the
a
live
structure.
also.
Yeah, the
Yes,
idea
we
is
can stop
ideas.
live. We can stop the live recording.